Hey guys, it's Trish again. I am back and I am trying my best. I'm going to be updating my Project A to Z today, and I apologize for my voice, but I am still sick. Feeling a little bit better today, but I'm just trying to get as much rest as possible because I start my doubles again tomorrow. But I wanted to do this because I didn't want to be too late with this video, and I am home all day today, so I figured I could take a few minutes to hop on here, update this project in case some of you are waiting for it. I had an okay month with this project. There's several items that I did really well with, and then other items not so much. So I'd say decent month. So I will just start at letter A. So for letter A in this project, I rolled in my artist single by Makeup Forever. I have been using it. I've used it a few times. You can probably see a little bit of a dip going in there. Nothing crazy yet, but it's been pairing pretty well with both my Pan That palette as well as my Project Unicorn project pan. So I've used it quite a few times now, and I'm happy with that. Next, I have my Be Curly Style Prep Serum. Now, there's like no way to see into this bottle, so let me just see. This might be messy. I wonder if there's a way to like see into the bottle. Yeah, not really. But you can tell it's not full anymore. I've been using this a ton. I actually have this in my hair right now when I'm having my super lazy days and I just don't have the energy to like do much with my hair. I've just been putting a little bit of that curl serum in there and like throwing it up in a bun. And then by the time I let my hair down, it's all like nice and curly. And I've been getting a lot of compliments on it when I let my hair down, which is funny because it's like the most low effort hairstyle possible. I feel like my eyeshadow is like, I don't know. I feel like my makeup's kind of messy today, but this is the best I could do, guys. I'm sorry. But I do kind of like my eye look. It's very glittery. So I used my Pan That palette here to just kind of like darken everything. And then I have Diadem from my Unicorn project pan in my inner corner. I have fallout all over my face. And then I've got little bits of that Carla Cosmetics glitter that's actually in this project everywhere else. And that's about what I did with my makeup today. I don't like jumping on these videos without makeup on because it's like these are makeup videos. So it seems kind of silly not to do my makeup for them. So even though I'm sick and I'm not going anywhere, I was like, oh, I'll just do a cute little eye look and then I'll get a couple of uses in anyway. But yeah, so that Be Curly serum, I've been using it pretty consistently. I still like it, but I still like the other one better. And they kind of do the same thing. So I won't repurchase this when it's done, but it is a very nice serum. Next is my clarifying exfoliating scrub from Kristen Florian for letter C. This I still have not used. It's still sealed. I have another scrub in my shower right now that I'm still working on. It's actually the Mineral Wellness Scrub. So it is the pairing scrub to the Mineral Wellness Soak that I have in this project. And once that's done, I'm going to throw this in the shower, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. For D, that's another one that I unfortunately haven't used. So for D, I have my Dream Dust Nail Polish by Nails Incorporated. This is a beautiful duochrome glittery nail polish. I'm excited to use it, but while the weather is still cold, I've been doing my best to work on the 13th hour just because I tend to wear darker nail polish in the darker, colder months, kind of like everybody else does. So I think I'll be getting more use out of this once the weather starts to warm up a bit more. Fresh Eyes by Ultralux. So this is an item that I actually wasn't able to show in my last update because I unfortunately forgot it. But I'm actually almost halfway through this, which is a little disappointing that I've gotten this far with this product so quickly. It just kind of goes to show that it doesn't last this long. Now, this is a beautiful eye makeup remover. It feels so nourishing. It's fantastic at getting every last little bit of makeup off of your eyes, and it's supposed to be nourishing to the lashes as well because it has sweet almond oil as well as lavender oil in it. I really, really, really like this makeup remover, but for the simple fact that it is going this quickly, and I use 1 pump per eye on this, so 2 pumps a day when I use it, and I haven't even been using it every day. And if you look, it's an airless pump, so it actually comes up from the bottom. So that is all that's left, which means it's almost about halfway gone already. And I wasn't even using this for the first month of this project, which means this is like a 2-month makeup remover and then it's done. And for how expensive it is, I believe it's like $40, something like that. I like it a lot. I don't know if I can justify the price of that though. And I don't know if I could justify recommending this just due to the price of it. For a makeup remover, I don't think an item like that is really necessarily worth the splurge. So I think from now on, even though I do really like this one, and honestly, I do like this better than the La Roche-Posay that I typically use, but not so much more that I will pay double the price for like half as much of the product. It's basically 4 times as much. So it's not worth it to me. That being said, I have been enjoying using it. I've been enjoying it while it's here, but I'm going to give that maybe another month and it's probably going to be gone, which is disappointing. Next item is my Glow For It hair oil. So this we're at about right here currently. You can kind of see that line, I think. I don't think I've really used this in the past month, though, to be honest. Things have been so crazy. I don't even know what I've been doing. But things have been... Oh, I know what I've been doing. Okay, so you can see... Yeah, you can see that there's a little bit of progress there, but not much. What I've been doing is I picked up another double at work. So currently my shift is 3 doubles in a row. And then 2 like 6-hour shifts after that. So I'm working 5 days a week now, and 3 of those days I am at work basically all day, like open and close, which has been exhausting. I'm still getting used to it. Basically, my week starts on Saturday and ends on Wednesday. So tomorrow I'm going to be moving right back into another 3 doubles in a row, and feeling the way that I do right now, I'm just like dreading it. I just really hope when I wake up tomorrow, like I'm feeling good. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. So I feel like a lot of my routine has just been super like get up and go. I'm not really reaching for a lot of these products necessarily, which is unfortunate. But I think once I get kind of used to my new schedule, it'll be a little bit easier for me to take the time to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to put a little bit of hair oil in my hair today, instead of just being like, I got to go to work. And then I come home and I'm like, okay, now I have to eat dinner and go right to sleep. But yeah, so that Glow For It hair oil, I really haven't touched, but I have finished a couple of items. So the next item for H is Heal Genius by Soap and Glory. And it is done. Totally done. You might have seen that during my empties video, but I have finished this. So that is the very first item finished in this project. And then, oh no, where is it? Oh no, where is it? I may have thrown it away. Oh no. Ah, shoot, did I throw it away? I hope I didn't. I finished my lipstick, my Je ne sais quoi lipstick from It Cosmetics. I was supposed to save it for this video, but I don't have it, which means I probably accidentally threw it in the recycling. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, my pink Je ne sais quoi lipstick by It Cosmetics. I finished that completely as well. Probably about 2 weeks ago now. I was basically using it until it was like scraping my lips. And then I was like, okay, this is done. And I threw it in my empties box. I filmed my empties video. It was in my empties video, but I must have accidentally thrown it in the recycling, because after I do my empties videos, I usually throw my empty like packaging in the recycling. I tried to put aside the items that I still needed to film for like this project, and I must have missed it. So I apologize, but that's done. That's the second item that I've finished in this project, is that lipstick, which that was really exciting for me to finish, because I've never panned a full-size lipstick in its entirety before, and that is the first time I've ever done that. So that's very exciting, and I'm very disappointed that I apparently don't have it to show you guys. But if you want to see what it looked like, you can jump on the empties video from this month, and it'll be in that one. Next item is my Jergens Original Scent Lotion. This one I've been making some pretty good progress with. So this is kind of where I started, was right around here, and now as of today I'm all the way down here. So I'd give this another like 2 months and this should be gone. And it's a pretty big packaging, so it'll be kind of nice to have this out of my house, especially with how many lotions I have. It's good to just kind of whittle it down. And then my Carla Cosmetics glitter. I've actually been very proud of myself for this one. I'm not sure if you can totally see the progress here. It's basically down to that like line where that diamond starts to dip in. But I've actually used this quite a bit. I was having trouble figuring out how to incorporate it. And then I just started kind of like throwing it in with other looks and seeing how it was. And it's, you know, it goes pretty well with a lot of things if I just want to add a little bit of glitter. Like I said, I'm wearing it today. I put like a little bit down underneath and a little bit right up here. And yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra sparkle if you're feeling extra sparkly. But I have already used this 9 times, and my goal was 20 uses, so I'm almost halfway there. And I've been enjoying it. My original goal was to use it the 20 times and then decide if I wanted to declutter it. I don't think I'm going to. I've been enjoying using it, especially now that I'm more getting in the habit of it. So I think I'm just going to keep that until it's done. And then for Elle, I have my lavender facial oil. Now, this is probably a huge difference from the last time you saw it. I think it was close to up here. And I will admit, not all of that is from actual use. I have been using this, but I think if it didn't get tipped over and spilled, it probably would maybe be here by now, but it got tipped over and spilled. I think my son got into it. He tends to, if I accidentally leave something out, he tends to start messing with it, and I think it got knocked over. Thankfully, I didn't lose all of it. I only lost a little bit, but all of that is not usage, unfortunately. But it's just, you know, one more thing that's going to be out of the house soon, so I'm not terribly mad at it. Today, my husband brought me home a lavender oat milk latte, which I'm very happy about. I love, 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 love lavender and like tea and coffee products. And this is really good. So if you like Starbucks, get yourself a lavender oat milk matcha latte because it's delicious. And the foam is like thick and creamy and like super, super flavorful. So I'm very happy with that. Next is for M. This is another item that I finished. This is my Mineral Wellness Soak. This was my bath salts. It's done. Totally gone. Very happy with that, but I kind of miss it already, which I think I talked about in my empties video. So I might end up getting another one of these. You might see another one of these in my inventory coming up. But in the meantime, I used it. I enjoyed it. It was awesome. And I might end up getting another one. Who knows? But it's one item out of my stash for now. Mineral Wellness Soak for M. Totally done. So that is 3 items that I have finished completely in this project so far. So that's for only being the 2nd month. I'm sorry, my throat is driving me crazy right now. But for only being the 2nd month, I am very happy with that. I'm also drinking tea. Oh, in this, so I was talking about this in the Unicorn Project pan. I have a million unicorn items, but this is my little rainbow unicorn mug. And it says, "Don't let anyone ever dull your sparkle." And the handle is a little rainbow unicorn tail, and it's got little feet. I love it. But yeah, so lots of unicorn items. I love them. Can't help it. Okay, so for the letter N in my project, I am working on my Nude Sticks lipstick in boho. It's like kind of a 90s grungy brownie color. And this is where it was when we started. And I've had to sharpen it a couple of times now, so. Yeah. So as you can see, there's actually quite a bit of progress there. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. So this is where we're at now, and this is where we were when we started. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't remember if my goal was to use it up or just a usage goal. 30 uses. Oh, I have used that more than 7 times. I might not be marking that correctly. Yeah, I've used that more than 7 times. So, oh well, that just means that I have more. I'll end up using it more than 30 times total. But my goal for that was to use it 30 times, and I've made some decent progress on it. Oh, you know what? I think I know what happened. So I went to sharpen this, and then I went to like put it back in the cap, and I think I accidentally put it in the wrong end, and then a bunch of it like smushed down, and I messed it up, and then I had to sharpen it again in order to use it. So maybe I actually have used this only 7 times, but I've had to sharpen it twice because of that little mishap. So maybe that's why there's way more usage than it looks like it should have. But I am about 1/3 of the way to the goal, a little bit less than that. And we still have a good 10 months, 9 months left in the year. So I'm happy with that too. Next one is Orgasm from NARS. That is for the letter O. I have been using this, not terribly consistently. If you remember from my empties video, I have been using those Rare Beauty sample blushes just to kind of get them out of my stash, because I've had those stupid little blister packs like just kind of floating around, and they drive me nuts. And I'm like, you know what? Just finish them, get the points, get them out of your stash, focus on the rest of your blushes. But they've actually been taking way longer than I thought that they were going to take to use them, which means I haven't had a lot of progress on the rest of my blushes recently. So I have used this several times actually, and I even had to kind of scrape off that top layer again because I was getting hard pan, because this blush is like a 6-year-old blush now at this point. But I don't think the pan's expanded at all. I may have worn down like this area a little bit more, but I don't think it's anything you'll be able to see for a little bit. And my crazy goal for this is to use this up this year. I don't think that's going to happen. Just unless I just really, really start to pack this on, or I start layering it over top of my Proud Pink blush, which I've been using almost every day. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but you know, I'm going to try to do as much as I can to it. And if I am able to somehow use that up this year, I'll be over the moon. So that being said, my next item in this project is Proud Pink for the letter P. And that is this blush stick from Huda Beauty. And again, I haven't used this a whole lot. I was using it every single day up until this past month. And then I started trying to use those Rare Beauty blushes up. And literally they were just the blister packs. Like this little blister pack. And I have 2 samples. This took me 2 weeks of using it every single day to finish it. And now I'm working on the other one because I had 2. So I just basically took a month out of my project panning without realizing it. I thought each one of them was going to be like a couple of days and then they'd be done. No. Of course not. But I don't know if you'll be able to really see much visible progress with this. Just a sliver. Just the slightest little sliver. So I went ahead and marked it, but wait, where are we? There we are. So basically that very top line was the start of the project. That kind of flattening outline, that second line right there, was my 1 month mark. And that last little sliver I just marked, that's today. So it does look like I've been making steady progress on this. I think there would have been a lot more this month if I hadn't accidentally taken 2 whole weeks away from it working on that Rare Beauty blush. But I'm optimistic for this one. I think if I really do continue to use this, where did the top go? Top is gone. I think if I really do continue to use this every single day for the rest of the year, I thought I was crazy for wanting to use it up, but I think I actually might be able to do that. So I'm hopeful. The next item is my Quench leave-in conditioner from Aunt Jackie. And I've used this quite a few times. And there's a little bit of progress there. So this is where I was, I think, when I started. And then this is where I am now. So it's going a little bit slower than I thought it was going to, but I'm making progress on it. This thing, I literally purchased this while I was going to school, I believe, for aesthetics, which was 6 years ago. So I've had this for 6 years and I've used it a lot. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it's going this slowly. But I would really like to use it up just because it is getting kind of old. I do really like it though. This Quench leave-in conditioner, this is a good leave-in conditioner. Smells amazing and it makes my hair feel wonderful without feeling like greasy or weighed down or anything. Next, this one is one that I have kind of thrown to the wayside accidentally. This is for letter R. This is my Rose Deep Hydration Toner from Fresh. This was living in my bathroom, and then because of that, I was using it pretty consistently for like the first month, I think. I know I used it at least a few times the first month. And then I got a kit from, who was it? Thayer's, right? Yeah, Thayer's, like the ones who have the witch hazel toner. They gave me an acne clearing kit with like a cream cleanser, a salicylic acid toner, and a salicylic acid salicylic acid exfoliating treatment. And because I put that toner in the bathroom, I've kind of been reaching for this, and I forgot to even bring this back downstairs after I think I did my last update for A to Z. So like I took this out of the bathroom for my A to Z update a month ago, and then I never put it back in. So I literally haven't used this a single time, unfortunately. But this next one I have used a couple of times. I don't think you can really see progress though, because I think there were only like 3 days out of this last month that I've used it. It's my Sunflower Pop perfume. My goal is to finish down to close to the halfway mark where that pink line is marked. But I haven't been using it consistently enough to see visible progress yet. I have used it, but I typically only really use this when the weather's warm out. It's one of those like really bright, citrusy, like florally perfumes. So it's like a really good spring and summer perfume. And it's mostly still been winter here in Rochester. There's been a couple of weird days where it's been like 60, 70 degrees, and I brought this out for those days. But those were just like fluke days. The real spring isn't going to be here for probably another month. March is usually pretty crappy in terms of weather here. You'll get a couple of nice days, but for the most part, like it doesn't actually start warming up until April. So I think next month is when I'll really start to get more use out of this, and maybe even a bit this month too, depending on how things go. But I usually only wear that when the weather's warm. So that is for S, the Sunflower Pop perfume. My next item, I've actually gotten quite a bit of use out of. So this is the 13th Hour nail polish. It's the one that I'm wearing currently on my nails right now. You can't really see a lot of change in the container. So I think it's going to be a while before you actually see any visible progress. It's possible that you won't really see any change in this bottle until I've actually met my goal. But my goal for this was 15 uses, and I've already used it 9 times. So I'm almost 2/3 of the way there. So I'm very happy with that. I think a good like 3 or 4 of those times were in the last month. I used it for 1 pedicure on my feet, and then I took it off and reapplied it for another pedicure on my feet. A couple weeks later, I used it for 1 manicure, so that's 3 uses. And then I'm also counting use anytime I do my son's nails and toenails, just because his fingernails are so itty bitty tiny that like 1 manicure or 1 pedicure on him doesn't really make much of a difference. But if I do a pedicure and a manicure on him, I'm going to count that as a use for this item. And he always is like, every time he sees me doing my nails, he's like, Mama, you do me, you do me. So I'll do his nails for him if he sees me painting them. So yeah, I've used it 4 times in the last month. I'd say that's pretty good, and I'm hoping I reach my goal by next month, especially because I'm thinking by next month, wearing like the super dark colors like this, I'm probably not going to want to do anymore, and I'm going to switch gears towards that Dream Dust one. For you, that is Urban Legend from the Haunted Pumpkin palette. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've used this at all. So that is this one right here. You can see there's a bit of a dip in it because I have used it over time, but I don't think any of those uses was in this last month. I'm not really sure why. I think I've just been really focused on like my pan net palette and my unicorn project pan. So I need to get moving on that. Next item, I don't think I've used this one either. What have I been doing? Oh my God. So this is VR Sextasy by Pat McGrath. It's this one right here. Very pretty. It's like a blue burgundy purple shift. I like it a lot. I don't think I've used it this last month though. I skipped one. I'm sorry, guys. I skipped E, and I just realized that because I realized that I never showed you this eyeshadow that I've also only used a couple of times. So I'm going to roll it back to E. That was V. That was letter V for VR Sextasy, Pat McGrath. E is Eternal Amour by Pat McGrath, and it is this shade. I have used this a few times, but I think it's only been like 3 or 4 times that I've used this. If you saw my Pan That Palette update, you saw that I absolutely wrecked that thing in the last month. Like, in terms of usage, I didn't actually wreck it. So I think that's pretty much mainly what I've been using. And then this like diadem one that I have in my unicorn project pan. So like my other eyeshadows in this project haven't really gotten a lot of use, unfortunately. But I will change that, I promise. Can only focus on so many things at a time. So that's where a year-long project comes in handy, because you can kind of shift gears throughout the year. Again, watermelon body butter. Still haven't used this. Still completely untouched. Still smells amazing. Smells like watermelon bubble gum. But yeah, this is a summer product. This is very much a summer product. I'm thinking probably May is when I'll start dipping into this, especially because May is going to be right around the time that I'll probably be done with this Jergens lotion. So I'm thinking I'm going to finish this Jergens lotion and then immediately switch gears onto the watermelon body butter, but no progress on that yet. For X, I am working on my AOX Illuminating Serum, which I'm actually using as a makeup primer. And I have used this quite a few times, but it is still very full. This is definitely going to be a long haul product. And it's one that I don't want to use all that much because it is vitamin C based. And vitamin C tends to break me out quite a bit. So I only try to use this like maybe a couple of times a week, and because I've been dealing with a lot of really severe breakouts this month, I haven't wanted to use it at all because I didn't want to make it worse. But if you see the sheen that leaves on my skin, it's amazing. Smells divine, and it just makes your skin glow in such a beautiful way. And if you do like vitamin C, like if your skin's not sensitive to it, this is a fantastic vitamin C serum. It's like a makeup item and skincare item in one, but it's more skincare based. I think going forward, I'm going to be using this a lot more. And then we're almost done. So the last one that I have to show you, unfortunately, because I'll tell you in a minute what happened to my Z item. But the last item that I have to show you is my Play Sunscreen by Supergoop. And that is this. It is SPF 50. I like this sunscreen a lot. Doesn't irritate my skin. Doesn't break me out. I would typically use a sunscreen like this a little bit more in the summertime because it is SPF 50, and I usually use like a 30 during the wintertime. But honestly, I've just been wanting to get this out of my stash, so I've just been using it anyway. Plus, I think it's going to expire soon, so I'm going to mark it. I can't tell you exactly where this was when I started the project, but it's right about here now. So I think this will honestly be gone in like a month. I'm pretty sure next month this will be gone. So that's very exciting that I've almost completely gone through this whole thing. So that is for Y. Unfortunately, Z, is my Zero eyeliner by Urban Decay is literally nowhere to be found. I pulled it out for my A to Z project pan update last month, and I had kind of forgotten that it was even in this project to begin with. So I had only used it one single time on a family member, not even on myself, but I pulled it out to show it in this project. And ever since I did that, I cannot for the life of me find it anywhere. I've checked out all of my spots that I house my makeup. I've looked around on the floor to see if it's like wound up somewhere in there. I've looked in my bathroom. I even looked in like my lipstick case and like my makeup brush holders in case I stuck it in there. And I cannot find it. The only other place I can think that it might be is my car, since I literally filmed my A to Z update in my car last month. I haven't checked there yet. I'm going to. The thought just occurred to me that it might be in there. But yeah, I have no idea what happened to it. So that is probably the biggest fail of this project so far, because I've literally not even used it at all. And like the first time I forgot, and now I can't find it. So hopefully it's not gone forever. If it is, I'm going to count it as a declutter. Like if it's just lost, I'm not going to give myself a full 2 points for finishing it up because I lost it. But I am still going to give myself a point for it being out of my stash. But I hope I find it. So I will update you guys next month on if it's turned up anywhere. But as of right now, it's nowhere to be found. So that's everything. I'm very happy, honestly, with a lot of the progress that I've gotten with these items this last month and really throughout this project. I think I've been getting a pretty steady pace with most of these, and the ones that I haven't started working on yet, I know I'm going to get to once the weather gets warmer. So I'm pretty happy with myself. I think I'm going to meet a lot of goals by the end of the year, and I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. I think the next update that I'm going to update with you guys on this channel is actually going to be a declutter video though, because working on this project, my Pan That palette, as well as my unicorn project pan, I've started to realize, like I've started trying to really make sure I'm incorporating everything in my routine. And I'm noticing that there's some products that are just kind of getting pushed to the side because I don't really want to use them at all. Not in the projects necessarily, but like some of the other items where I'm like, okay, I'm going to incorporate like my project pan items with like this eyeshadow palette that I haven't touched in a while. And just in doing that and trying to get really familiar with my stash, both through my low buy and my project panning, I'm noticing that there's some items that just straight up don't work for me anymore. Like I bought them and they were just not the right color for me, and I've barely used them since I got them. There's this one lipstick, for example, that I looked at and I'm like, I haven't used this a single time in the last like 7 or 8 months since I got it. Yeah, it's been like 8 months or more since I got it, and I haven't used it a single time. I think I've like thought about using it, and every single time I'm like, no, I don't, you know, the color is not quite right. I'm not sure. So I forced myself to use it the other day, and I put it on and I looked in the mirror and I was just like, ew. Like that was my reaction. Like it didn't look good at all. So I think it's time for me to do a little declutter. I'm going to be very selective on when I declutter though, because I don't want to just be throwing things away because I'm bored of them. I only want it to be items that I realistically cannot see myself using. So that'll be my next update. I'm thinking I might, if I have enough energy, I might actually film that today. But if not, I'll definitely have it up next week. I'm just going to put all of my makeup items together. I'm only going to do it for my makeup category and then just kind of go through it. But stay tuned if you're interested in something like that. And otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And thanks for sticking along with me through this journey. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.